Probably because it's not real evidence. Is it a murderous gun? Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistaking it. Through my connections, I had the best forensics techniques money can be performed. I find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? Raise an objection. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Pops' prints should be on that gun to begin with. The reason why Miss Pops should not be on that gun. I mean, technically, it was thrown in the sea, right? Oh, was it stole? Oh, wait. Didn't he say he gave her the gun anyways? Try presenting that. Yeah, okay, no, fuck off. It was thrown in the sea or whatever. Ah, fuck. Fucking fast forward through this. God, it's right fucking here. But it doesn't fucking. Ugh. Try the model gun, and if it's not that, then... Yeah, okay. Keep going. Maybe we'll, like, update later. Fuck! You sure are calm for someone who's accusing his own girlfriend of murder. You have it all wrong. Allowing her to pay the price is a form of love. She says that she also wants to pay back her debt to society, but... Why do you believe that the victim was set on taking Miss Pops' life? I suppose it's because he wanted to silence her. To keep it quiet because she knew the truth behind the kidnapping. In that case, why did he not target you as well? That's because he knew that if he killed me, he wouldn't be able to control my father. Oh, right you are! Even if they cost me millions, I would have had the killer found. I believe he didn't kill you for an entirely different reason, however I digress. Look, more than why he didn't kill me, I'm worried about what will happen to Lolly. Justified self-defense. Suppose that is a possibility given the circumstances. Really? Oh, thank goodness! However, self-defense was not necessary in this case. What do you mean? Miss Pops is innocent. She didn't do anything, so why would she need to defend herself from nothing? You still don't believe a word I say, do you? His entire argument hinges on the fact that her fingerprints are on the gun. However, the truth does not lie there. It lies in whatever he is hiding from me, but not for long. Oh, fuck, it's because she's wearing a fucking costume. Yeah. God damn it. Raise an objection, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's because of stolen costumes. It's simply not possible for Miss Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. I was thinking, like, the water, or that it's just not the same gun, or it's not even a real gun. That was actually like the real kicker for me personally. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Pops was wearing a costume. Huh? But there's no mistake. We found fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? Oh, well, yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon, and then he and Lance left for the haunted house. To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Miss Pops' prints found their way onto the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Pops is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? Innocent until proven guilty. You seem very adamant about insisting your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. Oh, Lance. What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. How? The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true because there was not the crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. The mirror fragments. Oh, there's two things. The victim costume could, because she wasn't like close enough to point blank range it. Or mirror fragments. Like, how did she get a mirror in a stadium? Either one, I feel like, would work. Let us take another good look at the costume for the victim was wearing. Then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. Look at this hole! The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range. So then, you mean the murderer, Miss Oldback, saw at the stadium really was? You know, she saw two people that were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not just tell us where the real crime scene is, then? Let's go. Lance sent me to look for Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. That's the case when the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were just before I was imprisoned was... well, where the broken mirror was. I've got it. I know the real scene of the murder. Right there. I think it's not unreasonable to assume that the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted the haunted house. Yes, and I have proof that is highly likely that the victim was killed there. What proves that the real scene of the crime was the haunted house? The mirror fragments. Take that. These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. However, there's one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house. That's my clue answer. After that, you stole the Blue Badger Mobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the Blue Badger Mobile was stolen confirms this as a fact.
Miles, my boy, say no more.
I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that.
Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boyfriend speaking any more nonsense. Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call those mere bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor.
And how about we go there?
What? Gina, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout?
Yes, there was a mirror in there. A mirror that's for the haunted house.
You see, isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there?
But Agent Lang, there are no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low.
Probability? What's probability? I failed that class. Zhang says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definitive proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. That's why we should go to the haunted house.
See? So since you don't have any, shut up.
I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at that haunted house, besides myself, were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. Well now, Mr. Edgeworth? Agent Lang, I have a special request.
Yeah?
I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth.
Alright, permission granted. But you're not gonna touch a single thing, got it?
That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is.
Yeah. Gina!
I'm here.
Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately.
Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval.
Who was that?
Now. Let's hold on for a second. There's no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this.
What is this? Gina, I can't read.
It's the deed to the haunted house.
The deed? Read it out loud.
Gatewater Land Incorporated hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of 1 million paid in full cash.
What?
Oh, as you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. Are you kidding? When did you... I ran into the owner of the park earlier and we made the deal almost immediately. That's because you knew your son was fucked. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That million you paid? Don't tell me it was... Oh, that's right. This distinguishing suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back. You used the ransom money. My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. So I do believe that I will forgive him after all he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are. So if you would please discuss things with me from now on.
Discuss? What is there to discuss? I'm going in there.
Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amano was out there preempting us. Permission to search the house is denied. End of discussion. Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now. My boy, before I really lose my temper. Ugh. Mr. Amano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. What's his face has got to just say fuck off, right? Like, it's super obvious he's hiding something. Super obvious. Lang should see through that. Unless he's just really fucking dumb. Like, really fucking dumb. Stop crying, Lauren. It's okay. I'm here for you. If I can't give permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Hold it, hold it, hold it! Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great thief. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. He is noble, and is always a thief of justice. That's, of course. If we have enough information, I could recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang.
Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest.
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police reference documents?
Yes, sir.
We got it just in case we needed it, for the kidnapping case. Alright, I'll input the haunted house data, then... Really good music, though. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet? Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't. But I'm going to make sure you do all the hard work. Very well, I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in the place at the time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I'd just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At the time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hallway. Huh? What was a badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. Fucking lump over there. Then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. That's odd. The hallway's a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I was lying in wait. Like in the dining room, I guess? Over here, like maybe like slumped up in the corner? I'll try the dining room first. What are you talking about? That's a terrible hiding spot. It'd be a real ninja to get away with hiding there. I don't know. Fuck off. Like, he had to have been, like, hidden, like, on the side, right? Like, over here. Take that! Fuck. Just B, I guess? Take that! That doll I saw wasn't a real doll. It wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costume kidnapper. Oh. I was going on the idea it was two, so you, like, lower your guard because you see someone, like, down on the ground, and then, like, someone from somewhere else that was hiding comes out and hits you over the head. Because there's two. Oh, so use the costume as the So he used the costume as a perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step forward towards me, he stood up and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay. Casual stroll. Well, Lance, what are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was. Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it to the weapons in his left hand. No, that just looks silly. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Awesome. You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea. But I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. That means they would have had to swing it with their right hand, because there's no way you can hit someone's right temple with your left hand. If you're behind them. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch, sounds painful. So it was not the Bad Badger. It would have had to have been a regular one or one without a gun. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now let's see. Wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. Looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with. Broken prop sword. But it's not like that prop sword, but... I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in the hallway. A prop sword. Are you talking about the thing here? Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes, it's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet. So, let's see, what do you want to test to run on this sword? That's for Brent. We should first run a fingerprint analysis. But wasn't the person who attacked you wearing a costume? Somehow I don't think he left any prints on here for us. I suppose not. Fuck off. Curses. How could I have made such a rudimentary mistake? Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter?
Look, I have a choice. Gina, call the lab boys.
Understood. Lab boys. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? I have it. Okay, yeah, so that's 100% consistent with someone holding in their right hand and swinging it. So it's 100% not a Bad Badger. Okay, let's update the recreation with the piece of info. Like, you'd be swinging at such an awkward angle to hit that. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Yeah, this thing. In the next instant, this badger will swing his left arm, complete with weapon in hand. He has to club me with the left side of the prop sword. Shall I recreate the moment of impact? I want to see the pained expression on your face. It's just fine the way it is. Wait, maybe not. Is it just my imagination, or is something not quite right? Yeah, it wouldn't work. You know the Bad Badger is pretty bad looking when you see him up close. Well, what do you expect from a character named the Bad Badger? And those sunglasses, wearing them in the dark makes them seem extra bad. Now I'm lost. Which meaning of bad does she really mean? It's me. I have to say it's rather embarrassing to see myself like this. Oh, so what were you thinking about at the time? I don't recall, but I would guess that I was thinking about the kidnapping. Really? Because I don't think so at all. Your face practically screams, I'm about to be conked over the head. If I had known that at the time, do you think I would have let myself be hit? Yeah, there's something wrong here. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, like... I don't want to take a fucking hit on it, but it doesn't work. Yeah. Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about the sword. Thank God. Because I was gonna say this clearly doesn't line up, but I don't know if I like have the right info yet, right? Except for a bit on the left side, the prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. It also wouldn't have hit your right temple. The opposite side, huh? If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, then the sword's right side would be hit. I see, but the blood was on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you. It could have been on the left side if he had, like, brought it into him. Oh no, even then it would be the right side of it. So yeah, he would have had to, like, slash across his body to do it, and it would have just been terrible. Exactly. The prop sword has a huge handguard attached to the hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, if it couldn't be the left hand or both hands, it must have been the right. I'll change the data to reflect a right-handed sword. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand, it would only create a new contradiction. Changing the prop to the culprit's right hand would conflict with what? The, fuck. It would be this, right? No. Yeah, it would be in here. The Bad Badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition. Hey, that's right. Then what? If it wasn't in his left or right hand, it means that the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me, I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again. But you see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance? Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Oh yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to fake that it was what's-his-face. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. For you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say the Proto-Badger? You got it, here I go! Don't even, like, the cutscene, I'm pretty sure it was the Proto-Badger anyways.